Ciao ragazzi, Anthony and Vince here for Inter Worldwide. Beautiful day here in southwest Sydney. Beautiful Sunday, and it's time to talk a little bit about Cesar Azpilicueta, because it looks as though that one is happening. 33 years of age, coming in from Chelsea. He is willing to take the last year of his contract and cancel it at Chelsea to move to Inter in a bid to finish his career in Europe with a little bit more success. He does bring success to the club. He's played over 300 games, I believe, for Chelsea after moving to Marseille, I believe it was. I'm pretty sure it was Marseille, around about 2011-12. This video is just off the cuff, but I feel like I can rattle off a lot about Azpilicueta because, you know, he's a peak of my generation sort of player. In terms of international experience, we'll start with that. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, well, he's 33, 13 years ago. Now, I don't think he's a part of that Spain squad that wins the 2010 World Cup, unless I'm mistaken. He's probably a part of the Spain side that won the Euro under-21s, like the year after that. But in terms of international trophies, he might have also won Euro 2012. Did they win Euro 2012? They did. They beat Italy in the final 4-0. So he might have Euro 2012 under his belt. Club-wise, though, Chelsea won a lot of trophies with a lot of different managers. Of course, we remember him doing the job against Manchester City and Pep in 2020, 2021. 1-0 in the final there under Thomas Tuchel, his biggest trophy. A couple of Premier Leagues as well. One under Jose Mourinho, the other one under Antonio Conte. Back-to-back, I'm pretty sure. It might have been back-to-back, or like a 1 year gap in between. So, well done to him for those two Premier Leagues as well. Very versatile in a sense that, and that's a typical Marotta thing. He's like a Darmian in a sense that he's sort of played everywhere. He's won a couple of FA Cup finals as well, one of which he played for Antonio Conte in a back three on the right-hand side, which is where he'll probably play a lot of his football under us. And he's also a player that can probably play some minutes for Di Marco if we're going to sub him out and sell Gosens, because he did play in a back four as a left back under Mourinho. Whether he can push up further at this point in his career remains to be seen still. But there's a fair bit of information just off the cuff about Azpilicueta in case people didn't know, although I'm sure everybody watching this is very well versed on the player. So let me know what you're thinking, and if you're happy that he is coming around. I don't mind it. I wasn't happy with it when I saw it come out, but with the deal with Thuram and the fact that we're just going to get these free players to stay ahead above water, it's what Marotta does best, and I'm actually happy that he's doing it. It looks like he's doing the damage control nice and early, which is exactly what we need and exactly what we sort of asked for. What else? So he won a couple of FA Cups. Yeah, he won a League Cup final under Mourinho. I think he beat Spurs 2-0. The FA Cups, one of them was one against Manchester United. I forget who he won the second one against. A couple of Europa Leagues as well, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 20. It would have been when Inter was in it, and we would have had a group that had like, oh, bro, I can't remember now. Maybe like Partizan, Belgrade. Oh, could have been anybody in that group. It would have been around about that time, though, 2012, 2013, somewhere around then. They got to the final and beat Benfica. And that was a good Benfica side that they beat as well, if I'm not mistaken. Like, this is a good 10 years ago, 11 years ago now. But that's a Benfica side that had Gaetan, that had Nemanja Matic in it at the time. It had Enzo. Yeah, that was a good team. That was a good Benfica side. And Chelsea won it 2-1. And I believe Ivanovic scored in, like, the last minute of extra time, 90th minute or something like that. That's just my memory of watching it as a 19 or 20-year-old at the time. Could be wrong. More recently, though, they won the Europa League again, didn't they? They beat Arsenal. They beat Arsenal 4-1 or 3-1, 4-1. I remember them dominating that game. Hazard grabbed a couple of goals. Giroud scored for Arsenal, but it wasn't enough. Anyway, that's pretty much the lowdown on Azpilicueta. He comes with a wealth of experience and knowledge. I mean, how easy was that for a video just while I'm walking my dog? So much information on Azpilicueta. Mentally, a strong player, so hopefully he brings that experience to the locker room. Happy to have him, and yeah, should be official in a couple of days, I think. So stick with us, like the video, subscribe. Ciao, Vince. See you soon. Forza Inter.